It's not how you start, but it's how you finish. This fantasy football year has been very weird. Lots of injuries. AB submitting a fake vaccine card. Big
That's
surprise, huh?
ridiculous.
That's on brand, though. It's on
Yeah,
brand.
It is
exactly.
on brand.
Yeah, we drafted him at that ADP knowing that he might screw up.
You did say that exactly too.
Yeah,
You
other
said you had that
than
all baked in.
other than the we can't say the word, but other than the one serious allegation, it's been all essentially meme allegations, throwing his bike, farting in a doctor's face, throwing a vase. I mean, almost hit a kid, allegedly, supposedly, but throwing a vase
That's
out of
not
an
funny.
apartment window. Yeah, but I mean, hey, we don't know the real truth. But I mean, this is freezing his feet.
That was a while back, but yeah, that was hilarious.
Classic AB.
And then, kind of like faking his report card to his mom, submitting a fake vaccine status. I mean,
There was two other guys too in the same team. So
AB was the ringleader,
the same
though.
dealer.
You know,
like,
he
I
was
got these
the bad
vax cards
kid.
for sale.
Yeah,
yes,
he's
it
the
was
bad kid
definitely the
that told-
same guy laminating these or printing them.
Oh, that's great.
All right. Shout out to the ex-chef, the snitch. So we're going to start it off. We're going to be looking at, this is what we're talking about this podcast. By the way, shout out to our sponsor, Monkey Knife Fight. Thank you for keeping the dream alive, MKF. We're going to be looking ahead. So we're going to be looking at the playoffs. Like I said, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So want to make sure we finish strong. Most of us are in multiple leagues. That means likely I'm going to assume sometimes we're out of the playoffs in some of them, and some of them we're still in it. So just finish strong. It's been rough for me. I'm trying to find positives. It's been very rough, very frustrating, but I'm still alive in multiple leagues. I'm going to finish strong. Even the leagues where I'm dead. I'm in our Empire League where I'm rebuilding. I'm still trying to beat you. I just got my first win.
That was great, by the way. I loved it.
And who do I got? Like Deontay Harris going this game. Ugh.
Wow,
balling though, 19.
Yeah,
points.
he was just balled out. Yeah, and yeah. So I mean, yeah, I might even get another. I think I'm going against the first place guy. Watch
That was
out!
a waiver
Watch
wire
out
stash
now.
that you pulled too. There you go, building value off the waiver wire.
I traded everybody away. Yeah, so
that was smart.
Like I said again, everyone finish strong. Don't be stupid. Don't be immature and drop all your players. It happened in our 96 team Patreon league.
I already saw that.
Don't drop all your players. Don't pout. Don't like, come on, guys. Don't be that immature. It's just terrible. If you do that in a fantasy league, just imagine that guy. Just imagine that dude in real life. Like how
he gets fired from every job, basically.
He doesn't have a job. His job
Touche.
sucks really bad.
Touche.
Yeah. I mean, it's just complete loser attitude. Like, this is a type of dude. See, the meme, brain the type of dude. This is me. This is me right here. I'm gonna play you one-on-one. I'm gonna go up 100-0, right? I'm going up against Drew. I'm up 100-0. I'm still gonna dunk on you, Drew. I'm still gonna go hard. Nothing extreme, but I'm trying to score 102, 103. I'm gonna go up at the end of the day. I'm gonna shake your hand. I'm gonna maybe even give you some advice. Tell you it's good. Keep your head up, and one day you're gonna be fine. That's the type of guy I am. Show some maturity, show some sportsmanship. That's what competition's about. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to live in the real world and look at a real mirror. And you don't want to be the guy who dropped your players in a flight. You can't even take a fantasy league, for God's sakes. Like, you can't take that. How are you going to take anything? Yeah. How are you going to take any? How are you going to, when you do get fired from your job, you sure as heck can't take that. How are you going to take that news? Oh, I lost in my fantasy league. Don't want to go on, but
Ben may have a story for us. Ben, do you want to tell us in the comments about your bad loser in your league since it's on topic?
Just don't be that guy, man. You got to really take a good look in the mirror, because I know it's a small thing, but like I said, if you're doing that in a fantasy league, you ain't gonna survive real life. Real life's
I saw the guy in the Patreon league drop all his players in Montana in our Discord, the couch captain. He said, so do you want to tell Couch or do you want me to tell him? And he screenshot that comment and he threw it in the captain's channel, and I was laughing. It was great.
Yeah, it happens every year. It's fine.
Every year.
But I'm a commissioner for over a dozen years, commissioned like 50 leagues. So I know it's coming. Like it's swift. Like I'm ready to go. Like I'm ready to cut the cord. So yeah, go ahead, Ben, share your story, but we're moving on. We'll get to Ben's story. Hopefully it's a spicy one. Yeah, but I'm sure it's something to do with the commish in the league being set up
or
wrong.
collusion,
That's
some
usually
kind of whack
is.
trade. Okay, he's here.
All right,
I'll pull
go
it
ahead
up.
and read it, Drew.
So Ben says he personally appealed commissioner for rule changes to add IR spots mid-season, just won't accept bad luck. So I'm interpreting this as a person in the league, he went to the commissioner of the league and really pleaded his case. Hey guy, we need more IR spots. I'm having so many injuries this season. I'm having all the bad luck. And I guess he got his wish, maybe. What do you guys think?
I don't know. This is a terrible story. But this brings up
Sorry,
a good.
man, I tried.
Yes, it's not entertaining story, but it does bring up a good point. I have any changes like that have to be implemented the following year, and that's
what is that?
That's just
terrible.
that. Yeah, that's just that. And then we'll leave it at that.
That is whack.
So we do have a meme. It's sort of expired. It's you'll still drink this milk, right? It's expired, but I mean it's only
like a C plus.
It's only a couple days expired. It's a good meme, but it is expired. We're still gonna drink it though. We'll shake it up.
Code, but
shake
it's
it up.
Good, like 6 days after.
Make it liquid. We'll drink it. So Russell Wilson has been playing so awful. And DK Metcalf just factually has been better with Geno Smith, and it makes no sense. So here's a meme of DK running wild, wide open in the end zone. And the meme is essentially that DK Metcalf's dad is getting ready to make one of those OBJ highlight reels, posted on Insta, posted on YouTube, definitely posted on Facebook. And man, what are you guys' thoughts on Russell and DK? Because I think the game of the week is Niners Seahawks. Very excited.
I think this topic brings me pain because me and Drew played in the Empire League last week, and I had an 8 or 7 game winning streak, and all I needed was one more catch from Lockett in the second half. And he just couldn't get it done. And I lost by 2 to Drew. But my point being is this offense is definitely taking a seat back because Russell's fingers still hurt, obviously. So that's affecting the way the ball's coming out. And I just think he's unsure of himself and he can't make the throws. And so the whole offense is suffering. But they're not going to go back to Geno Smith, right? So we're just going to have to watch this terrible football for the rest of the season and hope for the best.
I hope it's at least one more week of terrible football, of course, against the Niners. But I think Mikey's right. Plus, they have no chemistry, it seems. Like, they just have no timing in terms of their, like, in cuts or
it's only go routes.
And Alex Collins,
even those aren't working as well.
No, of course.
Alex Collins is the most boring running back you could ever watch. Like, he doesn't do anything.
His dreads are more exciting than he is. It just
he doesn't do anything good. That's a good observation.
I think their best running backs.
AP's coming in strong.
DJ Dallas
is their best running back on the.
AP's about to just light it up. Like
DJ Dallas isn't bad though. He's got decent pass catching ability.
Yeah, they can't
run at all.
If I was the Seahawks, I'd run out Adrian Peterson and DJ Dallas. Those are the two guys.
Penny was a first round pick, and he just can't stay on the field. He literally cannot stay on the field.
Well, let's face it, like Rashad Penny is like Sony Michelle, but worse. He doesn't have that much talent. He would be
He's a first round pick though. That's what makes it worse.
They say he was a reach though at a first round pick, but I see your point, Mike.
He's disappointing. He was disappointing.
Yeah.
He's been a bust essentially.
He's done, right? Like after this
yeah,
season,
he's done.
He's got
just like done. Carson's done in my opinion. But
yeah, we're gonna and then
Carson's
we have a question about
yeah.
Chris Carson. Somebody begged me to ask on
But back to
Instagram.
Metcalf, sorry to cut you off, Brain, but you're right. Like, it's been so disappointing. It was more exciting watching him play with Geno because Geno was looking for him like half the time. He was just looking DK's way and throwing it up, and DK was making plays. Russ is looking down to like Everett. He's looking at Dallas. It's like, what the heck?
He doesn't have the arm to
You're right.
hit
He might be
on
right.
the long ball. Just doesn't have it.
I mean, look at this picture though. As you're saying that, I mean, you
It's a short pass.
You have to throw that. Like you have no like. I mean, it is a how tall is DK? 6'4".
6'4".
Right.
6'4".
Throw
In
it
the
to the
end
T.
zone. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Throw it to the T or the O.
like,
He's gonna catch that ball.
like,
in the
come
end
on,
zone.
like this is an unreal picture. And the thing is, see, look, if this was Trent Richardson, this would make a lot of sense. But because it's Russell Wilson and it's DK Metcalf, it makes no sense. And it's against Washington, like,
Yeah,
I think somehow this Niners Seahawks game is gonna be close. It's gonna be a battle.
It's gonna be a bloodbath.
It's a division right. It's a division right.
I'm very strongly have that. I don't know how. I don't know why.
They look terrible though. You do.
Yeah,
agree
no, I
look
get
terrible.
no. I think Niners.
I do agree.
We can all agree. Seahawks look terrible.
We were all
Everyone knows
smiling
that.
Monday night,
and we're trending upwards.
Seahawks have no
great.
juice. They have nothing. Yeah, Alex Collins, Russell Wilson.
Is it in Seattle? I'm sorry if I don't know. I just
look it up. We'll look it up right now. I'm just think it's gonna be close. Niners will win by 6. You know, I
think we're gonna win by more.
It is
so
no, sorry. Yeah, it is in Seattle. Sorry.
Okay. So that
my apologies.
That does affect a little bit.
I mean that makes the game a little closer.
Yeah, right.
I got Eli Mitchell ranked number 5 running back this week.
Ooh,
and
stud.
What I was I just never thought about it, but I was, I guess, kind of surprised when I saw that. That was the expert consensus. I had him ranked
right on,
exact. So I ranked him, and then I look at the consensus, and it was everybody ranked him number 5 as well. So I'm very excited about that. Like, just imagine Eli Mitchell going against this defense.
It's gonna be.
I love it. Yeah, it's he needs it. Like, this is the game where I'm gonna like everyone's on board already with my Eli Mitchell pick, but this is the game where everyone's gonna be like, oh boy, because everything needs
3
to line.
TDs. Like,
he's healthy. He's got the matchup. The Niners are rolling, and the coach has the confidence to make him the workhorse. Right, all 4 align this game finally. Like, it's never happened. All 4
and with Debo out too. Debo is
who's a vulture.
Touches.
Yeah,
he's a vulture.
5
so
rushing touchdowns.
Better. Yeah,
Debo.
That's a good point. Yep.
Yeah, Debo out. That means they have to rely on him around the goal line. I mean,
wow, this is
gonna be.
I'm so excited to finally see Eli Mitchell like just absolutely go off. We'll see what the Seahawks defense will do. I'm sure they'll try to stop him, but you know, it's easier said than done. Yeah, and Jimmy G's not playing whack, and Ayuk's alive, and Jawan Jennings.
You think we'll see any Trey Lance at all at any point?
I feel like it. I don't know. No. Just a guess. The package. Yeah.
I think we'll throw him out.
I doubt it.
Trickery.
I think no. I really. So. I would bet on it.
I would bet on it.
I just have that feeling he's gonna come in and just run someone over
around the red zone, especially. We need to mix it up around there, and I think he's the perfect, mixer.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in several games, but I just have the feeling he's gonna come in. I feel like it's gonna work. Seahawks are just, I mean, they're really falling apart. Pete Carroll's gum. Adrian Peterson, Chris Carson, Russell Wilson, Metcalf, their defense.
Corey just said the Niners don't look great either, but we're 3. We won the last 3 games.
Corey is incorrect.
Yeah, I'm like,
Niners were a joke. We've taken off the clown makeup.
Right.
We put on some muscle. You know what I mean? We slid into Instagram.
He
DMs.
Wants to give Kittle some credit.
Yeah.
He says, "I think Kittle will ball out with Debo out."
Well,
hopefully without.
That's easy to say. Yeah.
Oh, Fishing has a comment for you, Couch. He said, "Couch, why didn't you go live on Saturday night on the main channel?"
I took an unexpected break, and I'm back this week. And
life happens.
I took a break like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. To be honest, what it really was. Deep down, I needed a break, but I wouldn't have done it. And every year, somebody always like asks me, "Hey, when the ranking?" Like, someone reminds me that, "Hey, it's Thanksgiving time. Like, you have to, you got to do something different. You got to switch up your schedule." Nobody said anything, and so I just woke up and I just, oh crap, I forgot it. I can't do my regular schedule, so I forgot Thursday, and I was just so tired. I was like, I'm not gonna do my DFS Friday. And then I was like, Nah.
fine.
And then I just
It's
skipped
fine.
Saturday, but it rejuvenated me.
Feel good,
And,
don't you? Though.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it
Good.
definitely rejuvenated me.
Look
The
healthy.
beard's looking good.
It
Yeah.
really helped. I mean,
It's okay to
everything's
take a break.
Everything's good. I hit people up on social media. They were excited that I was alive. You know, people were
Nice. That's always
interacting with
good.
me. Yeah, and
You
I
had
answered all
Thanksgiving
the
dinner
questions.
with your family or what? Did you
No.
have some...
No, I just chilled.
We stopped there. Okay.
I mean, it was great. It's the most relaxing time for me where I could just chill. Everyone's just quiet, and I that's why I like it. But man, I'm back. That's all I gotta say. So I took a little.
I went to
break, and I'm
Sedona
right
for
back.
Thanksgiving. Very
Nice.
peaceful.
Arizona, huh?
Yeah, very. If you're like into nature, I
And
highly
hiking, I heard,
recommend.
yeah.
Yeah, we did one of those pink Jeep tours, where it like goes into the terrain. It's like bumpy.
That's rad.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Let's go to the next slide. I don't want to talk about this.
Here's a segue into the next
You guys
slide.
making me uncomfortable here.
Sorry.
Good news. I'm in first place in one league, a Pace League. That's very nice. Very good. And I'm going against T-Pain. This is
Wow.
This is my only flex. This is how I flex. I don't flex with money or none of that stuff. I'm flexing because I'm going up against a celebrity. And
Do you think he
pretty
killed
dang cool.
music for like singing? Do you agree with that? Like for real singers?
Yes, but it was
As a
going
producer.
Yeah, but it was going to happen. It was inevitable. That's how it
Okay.
is, right? You know, if one person didn't do it, it's usually another would have.
So someone else would have
Someone
found
else-
auto-tune and ruined music, if not.
P-Tane would have came around
Okay,
and done it. Yes, it would have happened. It was
P-Tane.
inevitable. Yeah, it would have happened. Hey,
I'm still processing that.
Yeah,
actually know a lot of people. It's what's funny that some people are really good auto-tune singers, and so one of those would have came around, like someone that could kind of vibe but can't really sing. They're really good auto-tune singers, like they really get it down. It's just their
Didn't
brain plays
Tupac
with
have
it.
one in one of his videos, like in the 90s?
An auto-tune?
I think he had auto-tune in one of
No,
his
that's
songs.
the
remake.
I don't.
Okay,
doubt
moving
it.
on.
No.
You don't realize how many singers and rappers actually use it. It's actually quite a bit. It's like every single one. They all use it to hide their terrible vocals.
I mean,
a little bit at some degree.
I have no idea.
It's a lot.
The last I remember is people use Fruity Loops for making beats. That was what I saw in Hussein.
Lots happening.
No tangents
Lot
here. It's just a good it's a good that, you know, I'm in first place in the league going up against T-Pain. It's a good feeling. You know, we've come a long way. And you know,
we got Antonio Gibson. I think he might have a strong rest of the season. What do you think? Is he gonna?
Yeah, that's great because you know he's one of the guys that you know kind of destroyed me this year and my reputation. And
he's back.
That bye week did him well, just like my little break. Yeah, he's back for sure.
Let's go.
And if
baby.
McKissick is out, watch out against the Raiders.
That's the only thing that was holding him back was McKissick stealing all his touches.
Well, he had an injury too. You know, he had the injury. You know?
Yeah, that too. But McKissick doesn't help.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean that was a huge factor as well. So,
what about Gaskin? Didn't he ball out on an even number week?
Yeah, he broke the trend.
He broke the trend.
Whoa, that's
one. Yes, and one of the guys in this league traded. He sent the trade Alex Collins for Myles Gaskin. So I'm just riding the hot wave here. I was like, I gotta spend. So this
that
league
must have been at the height of Alex Collins' hype, which was not very high.
He didn't ever have a hype. He was always bad.
I was winning. He was crushing it for a few weeks. He was good.
I know he was okay for like a week. We have him in duo league,
bad.
and we've been putting him in flex here and there. But
no,
he has been winning for us.
It's been a while. It's been a while. He's been good, but no, he was good when he first started.
But that's a swap.
Yeah, this is the weirdest league, 14-team league where I can find running backs, quarterbacks, defenses, and kickers all day.
What?
Like, it's just so weird. Yeah, but wide receivers are very tough, and I've just been rolling with 3 wide receivers in this league. Like,
now you have Hopkins coming back, so you haven't had him all season.
Yeah, I haven't even had Hopkins.
Handful of games. Wow, that's a boom.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, I hope I can win this league. This would be a huge league. I got Darren Waller's in here, Adam Rank, Heath Cummings in second place, Smitty's in this league, Marcus Grant is in this league. He's from Vallejo. He's on NFL Network, and Michael Florio. Like and Danny Woodhead.
Oh yeah, Danny Woodhead
was
PPR
really
legend.
cool dude. Yeah,
who picked
followed
Waller
me back
first, right? He picked
Yeah.
Waller first, I think, for second round, something like that.
Did he? I know he picked Julio Jones because he knows
think he
the
did.
Titans coach. Yeah.
What's his
But
record?
what about
Just curious.
T-Pain?
How's he doing?
Who?
While you look that up,
Danny
He's
Woodhead.
asking-
I'm just curious.
His team sucks. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought from
Don't look
the
it up.
players that you mentioned.
So T-Pain
he's
is
gotta be
starting Melvin Gordon and David Johnson. I remember he put
Two
he took
hurt
Kamara
players?
first.
He
took
drafted
first.
Kamara, yeah, second overall, and he was
Damn.
rolling. And now,
Damn.
you know, I had to take the reign. But what
I
are
think
we
you're
talking
gonna beat
about
him. I
next?
think you're gonna beat him.
Oh yeah,
feel
yeah.
it.
I
feel
should
it.
be able to beat T-Pain.
Yeah.
By the way, I
you
just
should
wanna
be
say
able to
we-
beat T-Pain.
Wish me good luck, everybody, to
luck, everyone.
beat T-Pain.
T-Pain.
So we're benching Boston Scott. Is that what we're saying?
We'll get to your questions at the end. No, is there a question in the comments? Hey, but there are questions. I just want to encourage everybody to keep asking them. We will have a Q&A at the end of this, by the way.
Yes,
So
yes,
do you want to
we
do the
will.
ad read, Hussein?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Monkey Knife Fight picks. Drew, you got how many did you enter? Just one?
I did the same ones you did. So I did the two. You want to show it? Show it to
I
him?
only did one.
I know. Well, it's two picks in one.
Two picks, but you did also. That's the only contest you entered. All right. So Drew and I got a dub.
Drew.
It
there
was
we go.
nice too.
It was a good. It was a
my
good
gosh.
stressful dub. I don't
Here, should I
like
show 'em real
giving
quick?
people L's.
Show us.
So Monkey
This was
Knife
a nail
Fight
biter.
is a
Damn.
DFS player props website and app. Stupid simple to play. Just got to be like, is this player good this week? Is this player bad this week? My pick last week hit. It hit quite well. Stafford gave us a little bit of anxiety there, but we pulled it off. We went with Stafford and Herbert Moore. Absolutely crushed it. Both of them threw for over 300 yards.
Nice.
And we got paid 3.x, which is a good payout for this type of contest. And these are my picks this week. So you're just going to go to new game. And then my number one pick is going to be the Chargers-Bengals game, touchdown dance. We're going with the workhorses, Mixon and Eckler. Joe Mixon, 90% chance he's going to score one or more touchdowns. Austin Eckler, I got projected 69% chance, one or more touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 52%. And if you want to do another pick, which I highly recommend, and I recommend to set both goals on the low end, 1.5. We're going with the Vikings-Lions game. Lower scoring game, but I feel like the defenses aren't good, and we can predict who's going to get in the end zone. That's going to be one of my favorite running backs in fantasy, Alexander Madison, 78% chance to get in there. Jamal Williams, 50% chance to get in there. And Adam Thielen, 62% chance.
Ooh.
But Justin Jefferson's not that far behind at 61% if you want to pick him. So those are my two picks. All you got to do is follow the link below in the description. Head on over to Monkey Knife Fight. Use promo code Couch. New users get 100% deposit match up to $100 and free $5 game if you play. So follow the link below. Use promo code Couch. That's right. You can just play what I just did for $5 for free if you're a new user. Also, help support the couch. And I got Drew on. How long you been playing? 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
3 weeks now. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun, like you're saying. Very easy. Extremely easy to play. And I did 1 or 2 on my own. And I think I hit both or hit one of the two. But yeah, honestly, it's just a lot of fun. And it makes every game that you're, invested in a little bit more exciting, obviously.
Let's go. Monkey Knife Fight. All right. What are we doing next? We're looking to the future. What are we doing? I forget.
Oh, sorry. The next one here we got, guys, is looking ahead. And this is for the playoff schedules. So you want to go ahead
so a lot of people have been asking, like, hey, this guy, that guy, great playoff schedule. What do you think, Brain? What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to look at kickers, but I thought, like, look, man, I don't even really care. You could look at week 15 if you've already locked it up. That makes sense. But I think kickers, I really don't care. Other than that scenario where you locked up number 1 seed and you're looking at week 15. Like, don't look. It's not worth it. I'm gonna give I'm not gonna let you guys down. I'm gonna give you guys the kickers to stream every week, and it's going to be very easy because you guys know nobody else in your league is doing that. Not really any other analyst even knows or looks at kickers, so that's going to be stupid easy. Defenses are more obvious, and people are doing this every now and then in your league. I'd say there's about two people that are looking, one or two people that look ahead and pick up defenses ahead. I know most leagues it's not like this, but I know in our couch league, you guys see other people are picking up these defenses and stashing them like crazy, but not so much in my other leagues, really. So this is also pretty rare. So kickers is easy. Anyway, defenses to pick up for the future. That's what I'm going to give you. And Mike and Drew also have some playoff advice as well. So for defenses, week 14, that's not playoffs, but just an obvious one. The Broncos, they're facing the Lions. Go stash them now. Go stash them. I stashed them like a week ago. It's going to be great. Just keep that roll going. I always keep like a defense. It's like having a backup running back. Like I always have one in my pocket, right? I have my defense for week 13. I almost certainly have my defense for week 14 ready as well. Just ready to go. Another one in the chamber, ready to go. So Lions week 14. Looking at the playoffs, and I underlined one defense that showed up every time. So week 15, we got the Cardinals, Dolphins, Niners, and Bucks. And the one that's going to show up every time is going to be the Bucks. Week 16, we got the Bucks, Chargers, Bears, and Cowboys. Week 17, we got the Saints, Bucks, Patriots, Giants, Bears, Niners, and Seahawks. And two that are just kind of going to be good in the playoffs are the Eagles and Colts. Colts don't have good matchups, but they're always good since last year. So, yeah, the last 20 games the Colts defense has played has been good. That's
solid.
Almost unheard of. Like when do we see that? Like with the Bucks and with the Steelers? No, we never see that in fantasy. Almost we'd have to date back to Legion of Boom. Because not even the Jaguars, not even maybe the no-fly zone with the Broncos, maybe. Ravens, yeah. Ravens have always been good. Yeah, they've been pretty good for 20 years. Yeah, on maybe a couple off years, but yeah, Ravens for sure. Well, Steelers before
this year.
Yeah, before this year. They've also been very good. But anyway, these are the defenses. Hopefully you guys are watching this because I know I just rambled them off. But just to sum it up really quick, Bucks D, if you can get them somehow, go get them. Niners have two matchups that are good. Week 15, week 17. Now, forgive me. I think one's against the Falcons. I think week 17 is against the Texans. So
I got you right here. So
I'm actually like
Falcons,
13.
Tennessee, Houston. So it goes Falcons,
I'm
Tennessee,
actually pretty
Houston.
certain. Titans not a terrible match either. So if you don't want to, if you can't or you don't want to, you could go 15, 16, 17 with the Niners easily. Titans lost all their juice. Their wide receivers are banged up, and they have no running backs. Yeah, they got nothing. And Tannehill is he's become terrible. He's
Hill.
So bad. Yeah,
I have to drop off soon. Can I do my picks real quick before I have to drop off?
That's it for the defenses. Let's move on.
All right, so we have some playoff advice for you guys, me and Drew. Hey, after we saw tonight, I think everyone can agree that Taysom Hill, if you do need some quarterback help, I have Dak in one league, and then I picked up Taysom Hill before this game. I know he's not he's probably widely available still. I'm not sure what the numbers, but he had 4 picks tonight, and he still put up 25 points in PPR. His legs are pretty elite still. He's great around the red zone. He's a horrible down the field passer, but I feel like he's a great garbage time quarterback that can get you fantasy points regardless of, the matchup. But he has great matchups coming up. The Jets in week 14, the Bucks soft secondary in week 15, and then another soft secondary, Miami Dolphins in week 16. So I think if you have an iffy quarterback situation, you're not quite sure about Herbert, you're a little iffy because he plays bad on off games, or you have someone like Cam Newton that you plugged in there, get Taysom Hill because I think he can win some leagues. I won one league with Kaepernick one time. And that, it just proves you can win with pretty much any quarterback that gets hot at the end. The second one is now I feel like it's Javonte Williams' season has begun. It's officially happened. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think Melvin Gordon's gonna play this week. Something my gut tells me he's gonna at least be limited, right? So
he's 50-50. That's all
he's
we know.
50-50. And Javonte's coming off his best game of the season against the Chargers. This week he gets the leaky Kansas City defense that, I mean, they should get him the ball out of the backfield. He's a great pass catcher, so he should get a lot of points in PPR. I think he's going to have a breakout game. So everyone's been talking about it, right, Brain? This was trending, but we have
everyone's saying Javonte Williams season. I talked about it in my last video. Like, everything's coming to fruition. He's been
happening
better than I've thought. And that shows a lot, because I thought he was solid and I thought he'd be a great fit. And he's just excelling. You know, he's getting really comfortable. And I mean, sky's the limit. There's no limit. He looks really good.
He's
really
a complete
good.
back.
He's hard to tackle, man.
He's kind of like a Kamara in a way. He's similar.
He's bigger. Maybe
more. I mean, his style.
Maybe more like Ingram in his as a prospect, like what we thought, like in his prime.
But he can catch a lot better. He can catch.
He's a lot better. Lot smooth. Like, he had more big play potential than Ingram in his prime.
Yeah, and Carter actually was becoming really good this year before he got injured for the Jets. But those two rookies, I feel like they're gonna be like really solid moving forward, especially in a PPR format. These guys are gonna eat. Last guy I have is a hometown favorite, Brandon Ayuk. So, as we all know, Debo got hurt. Everyone says he's going to be out at least 1 to 2 weeks, but we're going to need him against the Seahawks. I mean, has to be our top weapon besides Kittle, you know, for Jimmy G. But I think Kittle's a little too inconsistent, and Ayuk has to come up big in this game. So down the stretch, he has a great schedule. He has the Atlanta Falcons in Week 15, Tennessee Titans Week 16, and ends with Houston. So that could be big if Debo misses more than the next 2 games. Like, I think that's could be a league winner right there. Ayuk.
Yeah, Ayuk is good. I don't know how you're gonna be able to get him, but you know, you already got him.
Yeah,
most people haven't started him for several weeks.
It's scary to start Brandon Ayuk. It's not like an easy thing to do.
But it keeps trending upwards for him.
Yes, exactly.
That's trending. It's very similar to Javonte Williams, because he's
getting
more comfortable. And then now Melvin Gordon's hurt and Debo is hurt. Like,
yes, it's actually a similar situation. So I agree. And that's it. So good luck, everyone. I have to drop off, but I love you guys, Couch Fam. I'll see you guys in the playoffs.
That was a good sign off.
Thank you.
That was really good. No, I think he's got some good points. I would make a point that the Rams have a pretty soft schedule coming up in the playoffs. I'm going to read these teams out loud. So Week 15, they play the Seahawks. And then they travel on the road for Week 16 to play the Minnesota Vikings. And then Week 17, a little tougher matchup with Baltimore. I think you pegged this guy for your waiver wire pickup this week, or one of them, Sony Michelle. Henderson is questionable. I think he'll play. He could excel in these next, 3 or 4 games.
Practice today, and I've changed my stance from this morning to afternoon, as he's 50-50 is my stance, because you always talk about how Sean McVay's lying, and I'm no emotion with Sean McVay. He does his thing. We got to do our thing, and our
you
thing
show respect.
I mean, he's a good coach. I mean, he is, but we don't know. All we know is that Darrell Henderson didn't practice at all Thursday. That's not like, I mean, it doesn't bode well. Kamara didn't play today, and we thought he
practiced the last 3 days.
Yeah, we thought he had a good shot to play.
Yeah.
So Darrell Henderson, like, we cannot listen to what Sean McVay says. Darrell Henderson is kind of like Kyler Murray. Like, he's not injury prone, I guess, but he's kind of brittle. Like, I'm always waiting, like, is this guy going to get hurt? Because he's actually been really good when he does play, when the Rams are rolling, but dude,
when they're in control of the game.
I just got a feeling like another hometown hero from my CJ Anderson in the playoffs, fantasy playoff contest. He was the ad 2 years ago, I think it was, or whenever they faced the Patriots, just like Leonard Fournette was. Like, did you notice this pattern? There's always a guy in that last round of the playoff contest that no one thinks will do anything. Everyone's picking Todd Gurley. Nope, it was CJ Anderson. And last year, Fournette, like, everyone made fun of me for picking. I was like, dude, you got to change things up. You just got to take some flyers. And it turned out you had to have Fournette to win any type of playoff contest. So that could be
That's interesting.
Sony Michelle, who hasn't been great yet. But I know he's good because he was on the Patriots. And, like we always say, the backup is usually going to do just about what the primary running back does, as long as he's not complete garbage. And that is Sony Michelle. Sony Michelle is a solid running back. We quite haven't seen that yet, but I know he's got the talent. I seen him on the Patriots. He's good. And just that gut feeling says that watch out. You might need Sony Michelle at some point.
Yeah, no, I think these are all great points, and you're just piling on to my point of, the running back situation in Los Angeles. I think one of them is going to do well in the playoffs. Could be Henderson if he stays healthy, but Michelle is the other option there, obviously. The other team I would point to that has a pretty good schedule in the playoffs would be the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, there's a bunch of players, obviously, like Hurts and Goddard. Maybe you could argue that Miles Sanders, but I would actually point to Devonte Smith. Now, last week, he didn't get a lot of looks. Rager dropped a couple passes, really kind of, made things terrible for them at the end there. And I think they're going to look to Devontae's way really often the next stretch of games, the last quarter of the season, let's say, and just get it into the rookie's hands and see what him and Hurts can do long-term together as a dynamic duo. So I know you can't get Devonte Smith. It's not like the trade deadline. You can't trade for him at this point since we're past the trade deadline. But for those guys who are questioning, like, hey, is this guy going to help me make the playoff push? Is he going to be a league winner? I say yes.
Yeah, you have essentially two rookies here. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
He's played like 22 games, whatever. Devonte Smith played like 11 games, something like that, whatever it is. And, they keep improving. And they keep getting better.
Except last week, but you're right. Before that, they were.
Just if you just look at the numbers. Yeah, if you're just a numbers guy and you look, see how that's like, it doesn't make, if you're a numbers guy, you should know that that's a small sample size. But if you're just looking at the numbers, you'd be like, oh, these two failed. But, everyone knows that it was Jalen Rager dropping balls. That's what it really was. And, Jalen Hurts didn't play great or anything, but he's been playing better. He's only had one bad game. Devonte Smith's been playing better. I hope they change things up a little bit for Devonte Smith because I feel like he can run the short routes and intermediate routes. Is not just
all the routes.
Yeah, it's not just like throw a Deshaun Jackson type of deep ball. Like, I feel like they need to get him more involved. And so I think they'll go back to the Goddard and Devonte Smith more often than not. I think Dallas Goedert got like one fantasy point or something crazy like that as well. That's not going to happen every week.
No. And you're right. Devonte Smith is a true X receiver. He can run every route and he can take over a game
for sure.
I do want to read off their schedule because I said it, and it was an easy schedule. So they play Washington, they play the Giants, and then they play the Washington again in Washington. So that's a pretty good schedule, if you ask me. Hurts gets to see the Washington football team twice in 3 weeks. So I'm putting my money on Devonte and even Hurts having a great end of the season also.
The Giants is what actually scares me because those are low. Isn't it? Those are low scoring games.
They're division games, so they could be lower scoring. But I think it's also games where it's like, they're going to go to the playmakers. They need to win these, games in their mind, finish out the season strong, if nothing else. And that,
but that one worries me when I'm talking about Hurts throwing the ball to Devonte Smith. That's the one that I feel like it worries me. I feel like Washington's a great matchup because they'll try to stop one thing, but they won't be able to stop two things. And so either Hurts will run or they'll throw to God. I feel like the Giants can stop one thing. So I feel like Washington can't stop anything.
You might be right. James Bradbury is probably going to be matched up on Devonte. So that's a good matchup in terms of competition. They're both really good.
Now here's a good point, actually. So wait, was this the game? Was it just against the Giants that Jalen Hurts played bad just last week?
Jalen Hurts, no, they played last week. They played against yeah, you're right. That was New
Okay.
York.
So
Sorry.
what often happens though, and I mean it's a very strong trend, and you know what, this is something that we really should log and look at, is when something happens one game and then that team plays the same team. Well,
Right. I see where
has
you're
to be
going.
in division. Usually something totally different happens the next
Game
game.
script is totally different. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
what you
So
mean.
if one player gets shut down, they usually go off, or if one player goes off, they usually get shut down. Like it's been right, Tyreek Hill with the against the Bucks. Remember?
Yep.
This happened, and that was once in regular season, I think, and then the next game was
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Yeah. So it happens a lot because they're like, man, how could you be so dumb? Like, do something. Yeah, I guess sometimes these coaches aren't that dumb, and they do make changes, and they don't let one guy, score 6 touchdowns over 2 games.
Yeah,
It
I think you have a
happens
good
a
point.
lot. So
that could be a good point to make about the second matchup too. With
yeah, and
Philadelphia
that's
playing
so.
Washington. It
So
could
I'm
be.
thinking like, look, this is it makes sense. Like this is the type of game that's low scoring. They shut down Devonte Smith, but it's like these guys know that too. These guys have seen that. Like, okay, this is what happened. Literally, both teams aren't gonna be like, let's do the exact same thing. Like they're gonna find some little changes and come up with a new game plan. Like it's not going to be the exact same game. That's for sure. So hey, maybe you're right. We'll see. We'll see when they face the Giants week 16.
This is good. We'll keep an eye on this, guys, and we'll come back to it at some point, even if it's just to check on it. We got a Dynasty League question. Do you want to read this one?
This is Luke from Instagram. He's really wanted me to answer this, so we'll do a little deep dive here. I am in a Dynasty League. Should I trade Amari Cooper for Brandon Cooks and a second round pick? The other one is that I trade Chris Carson, a second, a first, and I get Cordero Patterson and a second back. Please help a dude out. Thanks, boss. So I was looking at this, and I was looking at taking a deeper dive and looking at their age, and then all of a sudden I stopped, and I felt like it wasn't worth it. I feel like most of these players, to me, don't matter. I feel like in a dynasty league, if you're not excited for one out of 2 things, then those players don't matter. If you're not excited to start a player, or if you're not excited to see what a player can do, then I don't care about them. So all I'm looking at here are the picks. Right? I mean, obviously,
that's
other
good.
things matter, like their age, how good, like they do matter. But Amari Cooper is like, he's just the type of guy who doesn't usually help you win leagues. He might help you win a DFS matchup, a 1 week deal, or might help you win on Monkey Knife Fight 1 week. But it's like, he's just not a guy that I'm ever excited to start. And
agreed.
Who cares about Brandon Cooks? So in this scenario, and he didn't say what year it is, so we'll just address it as a generic second rounder. I'm taking the second rounder. So yes, I would trade away Amari Cooper to get Brandon Cooks in a second, because that way I'm getting a second rounder. I can always build. I can always find wide receivers. Like you're always building, you're always tuning. Things are always changing, and that's why getting quality picks is important. A third round pick is a flyer pick. Fourth round pick means nothing. Second round pick means something. It's a good pick. That's a potential starter right there. So I'm taking the Brandon Cooks, and a second side, I'm giving away Cooper. So what's your thoughts on this first trade?
Yeah, I hate to agree with you all the time, but this one I have to agree. I mean, if you look at the numbers too, Cooks is having a better season. Granted, Cooper's been out a handful of games, but look at the numbers. Cooper's only really good game was the first game of the season where he had like 38.9 fantasy points. He had 12 catches and 2 touchdowns. Ever since then, like today, he had 2 catches and 41 yards. He had another dud, obviously just coming off the COVID list. But yeah, Cooks has had a solid floor all season, plus you're getting a second-round pick. I actually think I would rather start Cooks over Cooper on most days anyways, plus you're getting the second-round pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, I have to say yes.
Yeah, it's all about that second-round pick because you can just say, you don't have to go through the whole thought process. You can say, okay, they're roughly close, but I'm getting a second. That's a quality pick. All right, that one's done. Let's move on to the next one, and it's going to be the same theme here. We got Chris Carson, who's he's not old, but we already talked about that.
He's 27.
We both agree he's basically done, as he's probably the most injury-prone running back in the league. So the second trade is Chris Carson, a first plus a second. You trade that away to get
2023
Cordell Patterson
first
and a second. So, I'm sticking with the side with Chris Carson because Cordell Patterson is 30 years old. You don't know what's going. I mean, this is a dynasty league, so yeah. I mean, if you really wanted to sell out and win now, like I can't be the guy to give you that advice to tell you to do that or not. But if I'm just, that wasn't the question though. This guy did not ask. This guy asked, "What do you think about this trade?" I'm taking the side with the first and the second, and like you pointed out, it's a 2023 first. Who knows what that can be? I mean, if we're technically answering the question, that could be a first overall pick or fifth overall. I mean, I love that. It could be lottery. Early. Yeah, it could be a great early pick, and obviously I'm taking Chris Carson a first and a second over Cordell Patterson and a second. Obviously one is way better to win now because Chris Carson is not going to play one down again this year, while Cordell Patterson is an elite player this year. But I mean, take the Chris Carson side, man. This one's a no-brainer to me.
Yeah, it's really a no-brainer. I mean, you wouldn't want to send a first and a second round pick for Cordell Patterson by himself, let alone swap another second round pick and, Carson in the deal. Just no. Maybe if you did Carson a second round pick for Patterson, I could see it, but Patterson's 30 years old. I mean, he's not going to be very good next year. You're obviously trying to win this season, but don't sell the farm.
Yeah, don't sell
just to get Patterson. Yeah, I mean, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, we just don't know what's going to happen with Patterson later on. I mean, I am writing off Chris Carson, so it doesn't really I'm not, I'm being, I guess it's like, what am I saying? Tempering my expectations because I'm saying Chris Carson's a zero. So we have our standards low, our expectations low. So, hey, if he's not a zero, that's just going to be a big bonus anyway for us. So it's definitely that. I mean, you're talking about a 2023 first. There's nothing more coveted in the land of fantasy than a 2023 first. We're done with this. Luke, hopefully you see this. Any other questions we got? We'll answer any fantasy questions.
I got a few that I'll hit up real quick.
Let's get it.
So here we got rest of season from Brian. Rest of season, TJ Hawkinson or Logan Thomas?
Hawkinson.
It's going to have to be Hawkinson.
The Hawk.
And then I think Val says it's either Ayuk or Pittman at flex for me. So who are you taking, Ayuk or Pittman?
This week?
I'm assuming. We got to
it's
assume
this week. Yeah, I'm going Ayuk. Yeah, it's going Ayuk.
I'm going to go
high
Pittman,
floor.
Although I'm a Niner fan.
High floor for Ayuk.
It's probably splitting hairs, honestly. But I hope that Ayuk has a great game. Don't get me wrong.
I feel like Ayuk is the wide receiver one, undoubtedly. And we had a lot of talk about Kittle. I didn't chime in, but I mean, Kittle really hasn't been a receiver this year. So not saying he can't, not saying he's going to have a bad game, but he hasn't. And I'm just very confident Ayuk is the wide receiver one. I think Pittman's wide receiver one locked in after the first couple of weeks and while T.Y. Hilton's out. But now, I mean, things are changing a little bit. T.Y. Hilton's back. And I don't know for sure. I think only 62% chance that Pittman is the number one guy. on that team, and that's why it looks. I feel like Nyheim Hines could do a lot this game. Jack Doyle's been getting a lot of snaps.
Big game last game.
T.Y. Hilton, he sucks this and that. I know people probably make fun of him right when I say his name, but let's give him another week. Let's see how he does against the Texans. I don't think he'll do great, but I think there's that chance, that sliver of hope that T.Y. Hilton will do something this game. And that's what, and also I think the Colts are going to just destroy the Texans.
So yeah, Taylor could run for 3 touchdowns by halftime, and then it
Nyheim Hines, baby. Watch Nyheim Hines do some things. Watch out, or whoever the third string running back is. Watch out.
Longtime listener Corey says, does he drop Matt Ryan for Ryan Tannehill? It's a super flex redraft. He says, I know they both are poop.
You can't find another option. The problem with Tannehill is that Julio and AJ Brown are on IR. Don't know when they're coming back. I mean, without those guys, he has no upside. We always go for the floor. We want the safe floor guys, but I mean, I need a little bit of upside in my life, because what you're talking about is winning against tough teams. This is crunch time. I mean, I guess Matt Ryan.
I'm letting you take this one.
Yeah,
honestly.
This is terrible. Like, this
terrible
is nothing.
toss-up.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Julio Jones' health. I mean, and if I did, he'll probably come back and get hurt again, to be honest.
I'm going to just agree with whatever you're saying.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Here's a long question, but I'm willing to read it. So Ryan says, should I trade Cook for Mitchell? So Dalvin Cook for Eli Mitchell and Sutton. He has at Madison. He's trying to make a playoff push. We don't really need to read the rest of his roster, right? Let's just answer this trade question. So should he trade Cook for Eli Mitchell and Cortland Sutton? He has Madison, by the way.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer, because you just said you're not guaranteed to make playoffs. Matter of fact, it's seeming like you need to do some things to make playoffs. So you're making a playoff push. That's what that means. So I like to engineer things. If you guys don't get, that's how my mind works. You got to make this trade. I mean, can you start Mitchell this week? Right, when you're like desperate for a job, they say, how soon can you start? Be like, today. Like, this is, you want to start right now. You want to start Mitchell this week. Make it happen. You got to get in playoffs before you can win it, right? That's the goal, is to win the whole league. But to do that, you got to win this week. You got to win next week. Yeah. Definitely make it happen. It's a no-brainer. And then you're gonna still have Mitchell to start. And
plus you have Madison now.
Yeah, is it Madison for now? And when Dalvin Cook comes back, is he guaranteed to stay healthy? No, he could. There's a chance he can get hurt again. I mean, he gets hurt all the time.
It's good advice. I don't need to add anything more to that. Let's move on. Thumbtack he has a kicker question. So Thumbtack from Twitch, he says, I need kicker advice. Evan McPherson, Harrison Butker, or Daniel Carlson this week. But hold on, he actually also got
Suck Up and
I was going to say, Suck Up and Gould also. What do you think, Brain?
Go check out my rankings. I got Suck Up and Butker really high, so those two are top 5. And those would be my elite kickers. Those are my elite options this week. You are very lucky you have these good tier 1 kickers, dude. Like, seriously, because some leagues they don't have them. So either one, Butker and Suckup are both elite options. I'm thinking Harrison Butker, but really don't matter. Home game for the Chiefs. Heavy favorites. Bucks going against the Falcons. Heavy favorites. Like, these are both great. I'm going with Butker. I think Butker a little bit better from longer distance, a little bit more accurate. And I just like him more. So I would prefer Butker out of those two, but either one. I mean, it's just such a hot kicker that, like, I'm surprised, like, by the time you head on over to waivers, he might be picked up already. But, not everyone's in a crazy couch fam league like me. Like,
that's true.
It's hard to, like, these guys are just chilling on waivers, man. Just nothing here. Oh, we got J7 joining the Twitch fam. I
was going to say, J7 is joining from his
Twitch fam
YouTube and Twitch. You got to love it. You gotta love it. He's over.
We don't
here
have
too.
to tell them that. We could just look like we have a lot of viewers.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, just forget what I said.
They don't know. Yeah, they don't know that's it. Yeah, we got Twitch fam. We got
kicker
YouTube
questions.
fam.
We got more. So Val says, "I'm thinking of dropping Nick Folk for Robbie Gould. Isn't Morton
do
coming
it.
back soon?
Do it this week. Yeah, because the Bills Patriots game, I don't want to touch that game. I don't think I want to start one player from that game except Diggs. I have to start Josh Allen if I have him.
Of course, yeah.
That's it. I don't want to start anybody. I don't even want to start
What
Knox.
about Knox?
I don't want to start him. I don't want to start Beasley. I don't want to start any of the Patriots trio of wide receivers. I don't want to start Hunter. I don't want to start anybody. Game's going to be unpredictable. It's going to be sloppy. Both teams have great defenses. Both teams are going to be playing hard. And I think it's going to be low scoring. I don't know. It's going to be unexpected stuff. We're going to see weird stuff. You can't predict this game. I've dropped Tyler Bass in 2 leagues already. Thankfully, I added Matt Gay in both of them. So I'm ready to go. Matt Gay is the top 2 kicker this week going against the Jags.
Hey, so I brought this question up earlier when Mike was on because it kind of hit the topic he was on at the time. But I actually want to know what your thoughts are. So Michael says, should I stick it out with Taysom Hill for fantasy playoffs? You want me to look up his schedule?
I followed it up. It depends who else he's got. I don't like Mike's advice. I don't really like it just because you probably have a better option. I think that Taysom Hill does have a low ceiling, but I think he is good. I think Taysom Hill is like QB 13. Like he's good, he's solid, but you probably have better options.
Let's hope
is the thing. And so I asked, what are your other options? He,
didn't see your
say
question.
Nothing. Yeah, it's gotta who's like Mike brought up Herbert. I'm not starting Taysom Hill over Herbert. Taysom Hill is good though. If you have Taysom Hill in a super flex, start him.
What if you have Taysom Hill and Russell Wilson? What do you think?
Well, luckily we get to wait one more week. But Taysom Hill.
I tried to put you on the spot. Okay,
but Taysom Hill, yeah. If I had
Taysom Hill, guys,
in theory, if I had because technically we did see Taysom Hill, so you don't have to make that decision this week because Taysom Hill already played. So whatever, if you started him or not. But yeah, if you just more hypothetical, I would choose Taysom Hill over Russell Wilson.
Wow, that's
if I had to. Yeah, for sure.
I would stick with Russell if I was in that predicament, but that's just me trusting old dogs know how to do the same thing over and over. And
Seahawks remind me a lot about remind me of the Packers last year, except they suck. With Aaron Rodgers and the coach. Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to put Corey's comment up. He said Taysom may have hurt his finger. I think he definitely hurt his finger.
Oh,
Corey.
He hurt his finger.
It was in a brace. He was only playing with 9 fingers tonight.
Yeah, pretty impressive actually for
for 9
what
fingers.
happened. He probably played better after he hurt his middle finger. That's pretty weird.
Yeah, go figure. Well, I guess we're out of questions, guys, unless I'm missing any. I've gone through all of them, in fact. So
that's it. Make sure you guys follow us on social media at Fantasy Couch. We're everywhere. Give us a
one
follow.
More.
Oh, here we go. Yes, one more.
Wants to add one more. Cole Beasley or Jerry Judy? Beasley's been kind of slow. So is Judy the last few weeks.
I think we'll go with Judy.
God, I need Judy to do well in the Empire League for me. I should have basically benched him last week for Gaskin, and I didn't. I still won. Mike told that story. It was the wrong week. I was like, he can't go off this week, but now I got to start Gaskin.
We started Gaskin and throwing. Come on, dude.
Smart man. Smart men. You guys are.
Yeah. So I'm going with Judy since it's close. Let's go with the guy going against the Chiefs.
Good point. Okay, we got another one for Corey. It says Van Jefferson or Jacoby Myers. I'm pretty sure I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, let's go with Van Jefferson here. Easy choice.
Yeah, it's the touchdown potential, right? I mean, Stafford, Van Jefferson hit him on a long bomb last week. Jacoby's going to be decent floor with PPR leagues, though, for sure.
Jacoby, blah. Look, Odell hurt. Darrell Henderson hurt. This is so obvious. great matchup. Just go Van Jefferson. Don't overthink this one. Just go Van Jefferson.
The Rams do have a good schedule coming up, guys. So we have another one, though. Sorry to cut you off there, Brain. We have Thomas asking if we should start Darnell Mooney, Brandon Cooks, or Rashad Bateman this week. What do you think? You might have to check the algorithm for this one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the algorithm.
You forgot about the algies?
I forgot. Yeah. So I mean, for me, I'm gonna bench Bateman.
Okay, so right off the top, we're crossing out Bateman. So we're between Mooney and Cooks. Now, we talked about Cooks earlier. I think he has a good high floor each week, being the number one in the Houston Texans wide receiver room, which isn't saying much, but he at least gets like 10 targets a game on average, right?
Yeah, we're going with Brandon Cooks on this one.
Okay, I talked you through this one.
Yeah, we're definitely the algorithms. I mean, it's definitely Brandon Cooks. Yeah, I just needed to think clearly because Darnell Mooney, yeah, he's the alpha wide receiver. He's the number one. That doesn't mean much when you're on the Bears, unfortunately.
Well, Dalton's making him look a little better the last few weeks rather than Fields, but we don't know who's going to start this week.
But that's Fields' guy, though. Like, I mean, it's the same. I feel like as far as the passing offense looks a little more normal, but as far as Mooney's value, I feel like it's the same no matter who's at quarterback. Yeah, let's go with Brandon Cooks.
Okay, right on. So Val says, how much do you like McPherson more than Gold?
I don't think I ranked him ahead, did I? I probably prefer Gold. I thought I ranked Gold ahead of McPherson. So I don't know. I mean, I'm checking right now just to see. Maybe I did it wrong. Oh, I did. I have McPherson one spot ahead of Gold. I did this last minute. May have made a mistake. I don't know.
It's a good question, Val. Maybe you'll make him change his rankings because of it.
Yeah, I might. It's. Oh, McPherson though against the Chargers.
Now he's like out loud debating.
No, yeah, we'll keep it. We'll keep it as is. No, it's a tie, but
okay. Hey,
I'll keep my rankings as is. He's going against the Chargers. I mean, McPherson, you guys know I'm a huge fan of him as a rookie, as a prospect. Let's keep McPherson at 9 and Gold at 10.
Right on. Now, Sam, we did address this, and thank you, Corey, for telling him in the chat. But he asked
just
about
go to the screen
defenses.
while we. Yeah, go to that slide while we
let's do it.
Sign off so you can read that. There's all of them right there.
We still have a few questions though, and
let's answer a couple more
for mentioning that we had gone over that earlier. So there is another question from J7, our friend, the captain. He says Van Jefferson or Jamal Williams. So I think he's debating now. He had Beasley or Jefferson, right?
Yeah, it's got to be
Judy.
It's got to be Jamal Williams for the floor. Now, Jamal Williams also catches balls too. So, I mean, I'm going number one, Jamal Williams, assuming that Swift is out. If Swift
we're
plays,
assuming
then
Swift is out with that comment.
Obviously, bench Jamal Williams. So Jamal Williams number one, Van Jefferson number 2, and Cole Beasley number 3. That's how I have him ranked. It's really close though. Like, don't get me wrong. And also, I mean, we don't know if Odell's going to play for sure. He's expected to play. We'll see.
And then this is just the last comment we should probably end on. J7 says, believe me, I'm borderline throwing my TV that I have to start either. This was his original question follow-up to the Beasley Judy question.
It's not that bad, dude. Throw the TV after the game. So
just make sure you watch the games first, right?
Jerry Judy, great prospect, going against the Chiefs. You never know, right? This is more of a This is that DFS tournament play. Like, which one do I go with, Beasley or Judy? Like, this is for sure that. But I think Judy has that upside. So
I would agree with you, and I do need Judy to go off this weekend in Empire League, like I said before. So I'm pulling for you, J7. Get Judy in your lineup, buddy. All right, they're asking more questions. So David Trejo says, I just traded Keenan Allen, Eli Mitchell, Brandon Ayuk, and Dalvin for Najee, Deontay, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Elijah Moore. Wow, that's a blockbuster. He wants to say, did he win or did he lose?
Is this a redraft?
I got to assume, right? Right,
Yeah,
David?
I mean, yeah, we gotta assume, but just I mean, I don't know. This smells a little. It has dynasty sense coming off of it as well. But let's assume it's
That's just
redraft.
because you answered J7's question. He's a dynasty guy. We're in a couple dynasty leagues
No,
together.
I just feel like this could. I don't know. We'll see. It's got to be a redraft, but it might be dynasty. I think.
So who are you focusing on here first in this trade? Because you got a lot to break down here. I mean, let me just recap it again. So Keenan Allen, Eli Mitchell, Brandon Ayuk, and Dalvin Cook, one side. The other side is going to be Najee Harris, Deontay Johnson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Elijah Moore.
I like this. I think you lost on this trade. I like the side with Keenan, Eli, Ayuk, and Dalvin Cook. This way you have a stud running back like secured. Dalvin Cook is coming back. He's not done. You got Eli Mitchell. You can start every week. You got Keenan Allen, stud. You got Brandon Ayuk, who you can start this week and potentially in the playoffs. So I think you lost. If I'm assuming which side you are on, I think you lost. Like I said, I like the Keenan Allen side more.
Okay. I actually am going to argue the other side. I really like the Najee, Clyde Edwards-Helaire combo here. I know Elijah Moore could be a drop-off to, say, a Keenan Allen or even a Brandon Ayuk, but Deontay Johnson being a target hog, even on a terrible Steelers offense, I still think he's going to produce on a consistent basis. So you're actually relying on two Steelers players in this trade. It's a risky trade. But right, what do? We got to risk it for the biscuit. I think you got to take Najee's side on this one, especially with Clyde Edwards-Helaire being kind of a boomer bust guy, I think, too, my opinion. Maybe not necessarily proof in the pudding, but I just have that feeling. So
this is quite lopsided, actually. It's wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Steelers, you're first of all, big picture, you're relying on not just I don't care that it's two players on the same team. You're relying on Big Ben and the Steelers offense.
I knew this was coming.
And we've seen this, right? Like,
I just think
it's just a fact. I just dropped Big Ben last week in Dynasty. I have Mahomes, so just so you know, I'm not that bad at fantasy. All right, but he's on bye week. I dropped Big Ben 2 minutes before kickoff, and I added Tyrod Taylor. No, I needed this quarterback. I added Tyrod Taylor 2 minutes before kickoff. That's just the fact. Who cares what happened? I mean, of course, it was the right move. Like, no doubt. It was great. But this is what happened. And it was the right, like, no one's arguing. Like, obviously, it was the right move. Big Ben did nothing. So that's there, right? Nobody wants to start Clyde Edwards-Helaire or Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore, much respect to him, but when Zach Wilson's throwing the ball, you don't want to start him. No one wants to start Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm fine with starting all four of those first four guys.
He might have a point here, David. I mean, I'm still thinking Najee Harris has some good value, but he does have a good point.
Yeah, it's the thing. Najee, so this week, I got Najee Harris and Eli Mitchell ranked. Like, it's almost a tie, but I do have
close, right?
Eli Mitchell ranked ahead. Like, because you just don't have that faith in Big Ben and the Steelers offense and their O-line. You just don't. And it's not that I'm not saying Najee Harris sucks, but I'm talking about my rankings. I'm talking about valuing this trade. You have to put a number. Like, not everything's a 10 out of 10. So although Najee Harris is good, I'd rather take Eli Mitchell and Dalvin Cook. I see Dalvin Cook as like a bonus. Like, once he comes back for the fantasy playoffs, that's going to be great. Like, I like it. So I really think the Keenan Allen side. And then you got Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson. I don't care which one you like. They're very close. I think they're about the same. I'd prefer Keenan Allen, but
and Ayuk over Elijah. I'm sure.
Yeah, I like his quarterback more. I like is that crazy of a thing? I like Justin Herbert more than Big Ben. Like, no, that's not a hot take. Like, one guy sucks really bad, and the other guy is an elite quarterback.
Yeah, they're on different trajectories in their career right now.
Exactly. And then one's going like this and one's going like that, and it's just, right now, like Eli Mitchell. This is the thing. Like, people don't see it. Most people do see it, but some people don't. Eli Mitchell's going to go off. Like, it's already been established. The groundwork has been made. Everything's good. Like, we just got to light the rocket and it's going to go off. Like, it's there, guys. It's there. Like, it's going to happen. The carries are there. The workhorse status is there.
The
coaching
blocking
is
looks like
there.
it's there.
Oh, yeah. The blocking is there. The Niners are not a joke anymore. They're actually a good team. Like, last 3 weeks, they got the juice, they got the it factor, they're on a roll, they got the momentum. Seahawks, the opposite. The total
Better
opposite
watch
right
out
now.
this week. Better watch out.
Yeah, and let's see Trent Williams and George Kittle blocking. Oh my God. Like, let's see what happens. I'm so excited to watch this game. Like, I want to see Eli Mitchell succeed so bad. I'm rooting so hard for him. I don't want to be that guy to be like, I don't know, like to push it, like if you got a kid, you have to push him to be like, oh, son, I was first. I don't want to be that guy, but I'm trying to be calm. But I want it to be like so bad. I want him to succeed so bad because he was the guy I went out on a limb. I mean, I made videos about him before the season even started. I have him in all my Dynasty leagues. I spent all my FAB on him. I had to mute people on Twitter. It was like insane. I don't know why. I'm just trying to help. But let's go. Seattle Seahawks, Niners. I gotta watch Eli Mitchell. I gotta root for him. All right, we're gonna end it there. Make sure you follow us at Fantasy Couch. Subscribe to the podcast. Leave a review. Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever it may be. All right, guys, let's go get that W. Peace out.